Hello again. I'm back this week with a brand new assortment of comics, so let's dive right into it. First off, with a pretty anticipated book, Hit Girl #1. I enjoy Mark Millar's ideas, and I love John Romita Jr.'s art. I mean, the back here is great. It's got a little. I love this idea of her using a teddy bear to kill a pedophile. My only problem with this book, and with Mark Millar here recently, is when he was writing at Marvel's Ultimate line. He did great stories. He did a great idea with the Red Skull being Captain America's son. It was great, well conceived, but it seems with his indie books, he has good ideas, but it's also let's just see how many curse words we can throw in this book. And you know what? I like cussing. I cuss myself, but this is a bit much. I mean, it's just the joke is nothing but fuck. That's the joke. Oh my god, a little girl said fuck. You know what? It was funny the first time, in Kick-Ass #1, #2, issue 3. By 4 it was kind of old, so it's like, just, or whenever she first appeared, I don't remember, but you get my point. After a while, it's not really a joke, it's just more of a, you've got nothing else, do you? So that's my problem. But it was good, worth reading. My next book, Captain America and Iron Man #633. New storyline last 632 was Captain America and Hawkeye. Wrap that up. The whole idea is that Steve and Tony go to this arms exhibit in Madripoor, looking for some stolen tech. Cool idea. The one thing I really like about, I mean, I enjoy the cover. The look on Iron Man. The look, if you, it doesn't really show up well there. That's better. Iron Man looks pretty cool there, but it was an okay book. Cullen Bunn, I think is the writer's name. Let me check here. Yeah, Cullen Bunn. He's doing okay. He's not really knocking it out of the park, and he's doing stuff. I think I mentioned last time with a new secret society he's creating. Like, we need more of those in the Marvel universe. But he brought back Batroc the Leaper. I think is Swordsman Leaper. No, Swordsman is someone else. Batroc the Leaper as a villain, which I'm kind of looking forward to, even though he's corny. My next pick, sadly, this usually is higher up, but Ghostbusters #10, coming with Haunted America Part 2. This time the boys in gray go to New Orleans to fight the daughter of a voodoo witch doctor who's come back to life and using zombies to try and destroy the world. It's, a little one shot. That's pretty much what Haunted America is. It's just each issue they're in a different major city in New York. I mean, New York, in America, because they can't practice in New York. Issue 1 had them in Chicago, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, the next issue, they're going to Roswell. It was okay. I think they're kind of just the filler to come back for the new storyline that they teased right before Haunted America started, where people are starting to get the tech and open up their own paranormal investigative businesses to rival the Ghostbusters. So I'm kind of looking forward to that more. Next up is Superman #10, Part 2 in a storyline with a new character. I think new character. I've never heard of her, called Anguish. Um, for Dan Jurgens and Jesus Marino, I want to say Jesus. It might be Jesus. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. This is their second storyline. Their first storyline I wasn't impressed with. They introduced some Wildstorm villains, I think they were, to the DC universe. Didn't care. This is a lot better. You find out the girl only, she in the first issue robs a bank, and then there's a side story where a sleazy reporter says he knows who Superman really is, who his civilian identity is, and it's some businessman. And so this issue has got Superman trying to protect the family of the businessman and fight a girl who he can't hit. No one. I mean, it shows the cover here with cops shooting at her, and the bullets going right through her. So you can't do anything to hurt her. And it's interesting. I really like the subplot with the family and everything, and it was worth reading. But I'm looking, and there's a little end note. The cliff hangs into the next storyline, and it looks interesting. But I'm really looking forward to is the 0 month that DC announced here recently. One of my favorite artists, Kenneth Rockford's taking over Superman. He does Red Hood and the Outlaws, and I think the writer for Red Hood and the Outlaws, who I want to say Scott Lobdell, is also supposed to be taking over writing for Superman. So I'm looking forward to that. Next up is Justice League 10. Kind of like this. This I'd say the first actual issue of the. I can't remember the name of the storyline, but this new storyline for this book. The first issue, 9 or 8, didn't really have much. 7 and 8 were just like filler issues. 9 was supposed to be part 1 of the villain's journey, I think is what it's called. It's more like a prologue. It really shouldn't have been part 1. This is part 1. The villain makes his first move. I mean, the little bit of part of the actual titled part 1 could have been in this, and it could have been considered all part 1. It would have been a lot better. It flowed a lot better, but this is actually pretty good. Villain makes its move and attacks the watchtower the League is in. There's some great little interactions between Batman and the League about why Barry Allen will no longer take Hal Jordan on double dates because he always tries to steal his girl. About Batman and Superman, we find out they've been working together for a while now, since the 5 years that passed. It's an interesting read, and I'm interested to see where it goes. And I find that so far a lot this this week is mainly me considering wanting to know where the story goes. Hit Girl, I'd like to know where the story goes. Um, Superman, I'm kind of interested in the next story. You know, everything I'm just waiting for the next story. They're building towards something, and they all seem to have pretty good promise. The next book is another also start of a new storyline. Batman: The Dark Knight, number 10, new Scarecrow story, which I'm looking forward to. The last story kind of had to do with Bane, the last big story anyway. The first story for Dark Knight, then they had some filler issues. This one is new writer. They've kind of decided to just take David Finch off writing, which I have to say is a good thing. I want him to focus on the art. He's a beautiful pencilist, but his writing kind of left to be desired, if you ask me. But this has got a storyline with the Scarecrow. And what was really interesting to me is it's kind of got Batman questioning himself a little bit, but he's kind of been on a few dates with this girl as Bruce, ruins it. Damian, there's some bits with Damian trying to impress his dad and not doing it, like always. But one of my favorite bits is this girl gets, oh, just lost the page. She gets tortured by the Scarecrow. And they save her and whatnot, and she won't speak. And Batman tries to go and talk to her. In this page right here. And he just sits next to her. He says, okay, whatever. Just sits down. And next panel, you see they start to hold hands. You know, they just slowly reach toward each other and come. And it's just a very human moment for Batman that you don't expect very often. But it was actually very nice. It kind of leaves off on a cliffhanger that the Scarecrow has gone into Commissioner Gordon's house, hooked up some pipes, and has released a fear toxin in the shower on Gordon, and he's going crazy. So I'm looking forward to that and how that's going to take up. Next, my pick of the week, Star Trek: The Next Generation and Doctor Who, Simulation number 2. They finally meet, the crew of the Enterprise and the crew of the TARDIS, you know, they all meet, and it just ends with them finding out what, you know, it's kind of them trying to figure out what's going on. You know, the Doctor makes a good little thing where he sees Worf, the Klingon on the Enterprise for the first time, and says, "You're Klingon." A couple minutes later, he's like, how do I know that? So we know something's not right. They don't just make us assume, oh, these universes have always been together. You know, they just never run into each other like I would. That's actually what I was expecting in this crossover. No, they say something's not wrong. We shouldn't know each other. So I appreciate they did that. So it looks good, and it ends with a big little splash of, see if I can find it here real quick, of just cyber ships and Borg right there next to each other. And then it says that Doctor says to him, I don't think we should, says Picard, I don't think we should be here. And Picard's like, yeah, you're probably right. I'm looking forward to see where this goes. They say the next issue, they teased it with, it's going to have the 4th Doctor and, sorry, someone fell. Oh, God, what's his name? The guy from the Enterprise. Yeah, him. I don't remember. Kirk. There we go. Anyways, so my flashback pick of the week, though, would be, since Batman Earth 1's coming out next week, maybe it's already out by the time I post this, I don't know, but I'm going to pick Superman Earth 1. It came out, I think, 2 years ago, maybe? 3 years ago, I don't really know. Great little retelling of the origin of Superman. Art is amazing. Shane Davis, first thing I ever saw of his, and I loved every second of it. So go check that out.